The views and opinions expressed on Unlock Your Wealth Radio are those of the host, guests, and callers only and are not necessarily the views of Unlock Your Wealth Radio, Heather Wagenhals, or Success Publishing International.
More willpower than a barefoot woman at a shoe sale. Able to stretch a single paycheck for an entire month. Makes money concepts easier than third grade math. Introducing your purveyor of prosperity, Heather Wagenhals.
Work all day, stress all night. Take your mind off your money and focus on your life. Money don't matter or the stuff it bought. It's the way you think, not what you've got, yeah.
Unlock Your Wealth Radio starts now. Get your money mind right.
Would that be dickering around?
Dickering around.
Dickering around. Goofing off.
Dickering
Unlock
around.
Your Wealth Radio is not dickering around because we are sponsored in part by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at heathersfreeaudiobook.com and click on the link to over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. We are so glad to have you. I'm Heather Wagenhals, flanked by my producer extraordinaire, the maestro of moolah, Michael Terry.
Hey, folks.
And we will help you get your money mind right on today's episode because it is pink today. We're going pink?
Oh, we are?
Yes. Well, because our guest is going to be pink. Well, not like Pink the singer. But
Right, I remember.
yeah, the pink tax.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about the pink tax. Did you even know that there was a pink tax?
I did not.
Yes.
I don't even know what it is.
You know, there's a lot of things that I like about being a chick, like extra things that are cool that chicks have that dudes don't have.
What is it, like a luxury tax or something?
And it's like a gender tax. This is something I don't like.
Wow.
And I just learned about it. I
Not good.
wasn't even aware of the pink tax,
Not good.
but apparently I've been paying it. So
Wow.
I can't wait to talk about it. Yeah, I did a little research. I hadn't heard about the pink tax, but our guest today is going to share with us Patty Cathey. You know, it's so funny. I thought she was related to our COO, Carrie Cathey.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a family thing? What's going on?
Yeah,
Did nepotism get this interview?
Nepotism going on here.
She said no relation. So we'll see.
Yeah.
If it was good, if it's a good interview, then there can be a relation. If it's
Right.
bad,
Yeah.
you better home tag. There's no relation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm excited because
No pressure, Patty.
yeah, no pressure. Love you, mean it. But who? I had never heard of this. Who knew there was a pink tax?
Pink tax.
I didn't know that. So anyway, so I got to kind of put that guest kind of promo in front of the moolah word promo. But we're having a private offering for our moolah word. What do you think of that?
I think it's great. What's the moolah word?
It's a private offering.
That's it?
That's the moolah word.
Sounds like
It's more like a moolah phrase.
Sounds like a religious word instead of a moolah.
It's like a sacrifice.
Private offering.
Come to the altar. Worship at the KTR Unlock Your Wealth altar.
Father, I got a private offering for you.
Isn't that the other way around in the Catholic Church? Son, I think I need to give you a private offering during confession.
Oh, gee. Don't go there.
Anyway, bad humor.
Yeah.
Poor taste.
Naughty.
Eek. The Catholics are fleeing the radio show as we speak. What did she say?
Go see Spotlight.
Spotlight, what's that?
It's a great film about said subject.
Oh, okay. We'll have to take a look at that. Hey, Slacker.
Me?
Yeah. What happened to our key? Like, that's first out of the gate.
You didn't.
After
You
introductions.
didn't ask me.
I didn't ask you a question.
You didn't ask me.
Do I need to ask you? You know the order of the show.
Yeah, I guess I can take that responsibility over if you're not going to cue me. Okay, I can make sure I get that done. Forget the perfection principle.
There we go.
Very, very important key.
Yes, it is. Key 11. And so for those of you who haven't joined us in a while, welcome back to the show. And for those of you who haven't heard us before, welcome to our broadcast. The Keys to Riches has become such a popular segment that it actually has become its own syndicated radio program. So for this week's key, we invite you to join us at our website, unlockyourwealthradio.com, where you can hear it, or you can find the Keys to Riches show powered by Unlock Your Wealth Radio on iTunes, Libsyn, Spotify, what's the other ones? Stitcher, SoundCloud, you name it, we're there.
Yeah, you know them better than I do.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're omnipotent, sort of, in a financially speaking sort of way. So we're everywhere. So if you would like to get this week's key in its entirety with its key statement, key
Affirmation.
there you go, and key action item, I was like, wait a minute, did I say affirmation yet? No, I haven't said it yet, but I'm already halfway through saying action, so now I'm just going to stammer.
You do get ahead of yourself sometimes.
I just get so excited. I get so wound up. It's like, oh yeah, sensory overload. If ADD would have been ADD back when I was a kid, then I probably would have had it.
Yeah. I'm convinced I had it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because, we're creative types.
Yeah.
That's why.
I have a feeling that's got a lot to do with it.
And I have a million other reasons why I'm lazy, but I like to call it creativity. I'm left-handed.
And the word they used for us back then was, they don't apply themselves. I remember that.
She's just distracted.
Yeah.
I was distracted. But I could have been the other kid. The other kid that was really demonstrative, they would take him out at about like 9 or 10 o'clock and give him a cup of coffee. And like 15 minutes later, he'd come back and he'd be like a normal kid. They would just load him up with caffeine before they had
give him a cup of coffee.
Yeah, they gave him a cup of coffee before they had the ADD pills.
Is this in public school?
Yeah.
Wow.
They gave him coffee. We got paddles too, man. Public school was awesome. I was the first girl. I know the audience will be shocked when they hear this. Not. I was the first girl in 4th grade to get a SWAT. Woo!
Really? They paddled you back
I got a SWAT. But it was like cool until I realized what teacher was giving the SWAT, and it was the tennis coach.
Yeah.
Ouch. With the paddle with the drilled holes in it. So it was like it left a waffle imprint on my keister for like a week.
Your keys to riches there.
Yeah, my keys to riches. That's when it was born. Because I ditched math class. And the only reason why I ditched math class is because I was doing like higher math class. I was taken to another school. So like all I did was sit in this class and I didn't listen to the other chodes my own age. So that's the reason why.
Yeah.
And so I was bored and I already did my math homework because I was doing algebra. You know what I mean? I was doing trig and algebra in the 3rd grade.
Did you do okay at algebra?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. I did terribly at math.
Oh, yeah. So, trigonometry, algebra, geometry, all of that stuff. But I never took like physics or any of those other like math classes. I don't know why. I just never got around to it.
Calculus?
Well, no. And you know why? Because boys became more important than math. Yeah. And, and I was into computers. And that was also a problem, too, because, as soon as like boys didn't like smart girls. And I wasn't such a nice girl anyway, because not only was I smarter than the boys, I made sure they knew how stupid they were.
Something tells me that, I can see that.
Could that have any bearing on why I've had problems in my love relationships?
Could be.
Yeah, needless to say, people don't like it when you insult them and make them feel stupid.
Exactly.
So.
But you haven't done that to me yet.
No, and I don't plan on it because it's not very effective.
Yeah, it's definitely not effective.
Yeah, it limits the reciprocity in a relationship for sure. So, eventually you whip a dog enough, it's going to turn around and bite you.
Yeah.
It'll only submit for a while.
I saw my brother do that to my father.
Yeah.
He turned around and bit him.
There you go. See? And goodness knows I've chomped a few of my mom's arms off.
Yeah.
Over the years. But how about a moolah word of the day? Something that has a little bit more to do with Unlock Your Wealth Radio, shall we? Private offering. That's our moolah word of the day. And it is an offering of a real estate security that is exempt from registration with state or federal regulatory agencies. This is the comedy show as well as the pink show. Because it does not involve a public offering, it's typically made to a small group of investors. You can also have a private offering that precipitates a public offering in stocks when you talk about securities and stuff like that. You know, you've heard of like angel investing and doing, you know, rounds of investment before people go public. So it's when it's made to a like select few people. So it can transcend real estate. It's not, but it's very popular in real estate when you're trying to raise money for big projects, you know. And you do what they call TICs, which is tenants in common, kind of a nifty thing. But let's talk about the pink tax, or let's get around to talking about the pink tax, because I think that this is super important, and it's something that I had not experienced or heard of until this guest approached us to be a part of the show. Miss Cathey, hold on, I was going to call her Carrie Cathey. But Patty Cathey is an investment advisor representative with Smart Retirement Plan in Denver, Colorado. She believes in giving back to the community where she's lived her whole life, and she offers adult education classes for the community on Social Security strategies, Medicare, and financial fraud. But today, she's going to talk about something that I think is just a little bit more prescient to us, especially to the half of our population. You know,
the women out
half
there.
of the gender.
Yeah.
You know, so women are subject to this pink tax, and I hadn't really heard of it, and so I am super excited to have Patty on to help us understand what it is, but more importantly, get some tools to learn how to avoid paying the pink tax, because just by gender, you don't ever get stuck with it.
Wow. I mean, that's
Unless you're
amazing.
buying women's things, I would guess.
I wonder if that's a presidential campaign issue.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
I mean, Hillary ought to be talking about this, you'd think.
Well, she's busy saving her own tail. She
Well,
doesn't have time for this.
This is true. She's totally saving her own tail. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carly Fiorina might have been able to pick up on that, but she didn't either.
She dropped out.
Yeah. She's going to go bye-bye.
Yeah.
You know why? Because all these women are making these feigned attempts because they're getting the country ready for when I run in 2020.
There you go.
Yeah. So let us bring Patty onto the show, shall we? Patty, welcome to Unlock Your Wealth Radio. We're thrilled you decided to stop by and talk about the pink tax today.
Well, thank you for having me, Heather.
I love when I can chat with fellow investment advisors, and me in that previous capacity, I guess I should say. When we can talk about retirement, we can talk about gender, and I love the phrase that's been coined, and I would love to have you explain, what is the pink tax?
Well, it's a recent discovery that researchers have been looking into, especially the New York Department of Consumer Affairs compared 800 products and found out that women were consistently charged more than men for products that were identical. And this is about a 7% upcharge over time, and that's what's been called the pink tax.
And so why do you think that pink tax exists?
This is hard to believe, but experts say that the way we perceive women's products would explain why there are gender-based markups. Many men's products are seen as generic and not necessarily just for men, but the women's version, with its fancier pink packaging and curvy bottles, seems to be more of a specialty product. And women are just simply willing to pay more because we think we get more.
Wow. Do you think that it also exists because women typically are the ones that make all the buying decisions in the household?
Well, I haven't seen that in the research, but I can tell you that women don't buy based on research. They buy based on recommendation or what a friend uses sometimes, and that might be what's swaying them. But they don't do comparison shopping as much as, say, a man might.
Really? And that kind of surprises me, because I would expect, because, you know, men are big picture and women are detail oriented, that we would do that kind of research.
Well, I'm talking about the kind of research which means you might walk from the girls' toy department side to the boys' toy department side and check the price difference. So, or look it up online and make sure that there's a price difference. But I know if my friend tells me she's using a certain kind of shampoo, I'm going to buy it. I'm really not going to look at the price.
Well, yeah, I'm going to look at her hair and go, well, her hair looks fabulous, and I want to have fabulous hair, so that must be the product, right?
That's right.
Forget that she went to beauty school and knows a lot more about hair than I do. It must be the shampoo.
It must be.
So, well, I think about then maybe my mom was doing okay because I was a tomboy, so I was always buying boys' toys. I always wanted the footballs and the cars and all of that stuff. My mom got lucky, I guess. She avoided some of the pink tax.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if it even goes back that far, but it certainly goes back over 20 years. The state of California discovered this came up with the number 7%. Almost in 1994.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing that I noticed, in my first marriage to go shopping, that the same amount of money bought a heck of a lot more stuff for my former husband than it did for me. I was always like, what?
But did you go through it item by item and check it out? So, 7% doesn't really sound like a lot, but here, let me put a number to it. The average gender tax is $1,350. That's
Holy
a pretty
smokes.
large amount per year. And I just one time, but per year.
Well, I mean, I think about 7%, like we spend about 7% between our state and local taxes here for sales tax. I mean, that's only 3 points away from 10%, which is a chunk.
It's a chunk.
7% is a
So-
lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking of that's 2 pairs of Ferragamos if I don't buy the boots. $1,300. Let's talk in terms of shopping, right?
That's right.
That's $600 pair.
I think of that as a trip somewhere.
Yeah.
A great hotel room for a week.
With spa treatments. Hello.
Right.
That's, yeah. Think of the
But actually,
massage and the
it's
facial.
It's money that women could be contributing to their own retirement plans.
Which is something we never do, right? I mean, it's always about the husband or the kids, whoever's else in front of us. We never
That's right.
We never take care of ourselves first. We're last, if then, kind of
Well,
thing.
women do contribute pretty well, but they don't contribute as much as men do.
Yeah.
As high a dollar amount per year.
And do you think that's income related or just personal choice?
Well, it's income related primarily because they make, 79 cents on the dollar compared to men. So it's less that way. And it's also less because they take time out of the workforce, raise children or sick parents or something like that.
I know it always falls on the daughter. I know that.
It's for me.
All too well. You are listening to Patty Cathey, and this segment of Unlock Your Wealth Radio is sponsored in part by KeepMyID.org, the only service that actually prevents identity theft. All others are just monitoring services. Put your credit on lockdown with their special offer for Unlock Your Wealth Radio listeners. Visit unlockyourwealthradio.com/keepmyid to enroll and protect your financial future now. Remember to use promo code WAGS. So, Patty, what other things do we fall trapped to financially as women? What other pink taxes exist?
Well,
Or pink penalties?
I don't know if you could call this a pink penalty, but one of the more shocking statistics is that women pay about 0.4% more for a mortgage than men do.
Oh, yeah, I could totally see that because I was in mortgages. So I know how that that's called the naivety tax.
Well, they don't research online, and that could be a time issue for most women, especially if they're raising families. But they don't research online. They take the recommendation, again, from a friend who's used a mortgage, and whereas a man typically would research it first, and then if he did use a mortgage broker, he'd hammer him.
Yeah, I think we forget to negotiate. We go, oh, okay. Sure, I'll take 8.5% because you just think that's what it is. And that's and that's just the opening gambit. I don't think that women realize they can negotiate on mortgages. Maybe.
No, I don't think they do. I didn't the first time, and probably the second time that I had a mortgage. The third time I learned.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There you go. Well, third time's a charm, they say, hey?
That's right.
Well, at least you figured it out. That's the key.
Right.
Sometimes some of us have to take a little longer to learn things than others, you know? I mean, I just think...
Well, this also applies to buying cars. Same thing. Men know the price they're going to pay before they go in the door. And women are told what they're going to pay. Right.
I mean, I think we think about... Because we allow the minutia of the moment to overwhelm us, I think that we think naturally like, okay, well, I need to remember to sign up for my grocery store VIP card, so I get that, discount when I go in. If I'm too busy to clip coupons, maybe I sign up for one of those online services that'll email me on my regular product, or they take the coupons that manufacturers' competitors do. Every time you buy X product, they'll give you a coupon to try Y brand next time to give you kind of an incentive. But, I think we get too hurried, and I think that we aren't willing to invest the time it takes because we don't see the ROI there. But if you can quantify that as in 7% equals $1,300 average for a year, and we're throwing that away a year, that $1,300, that's over $100 a month. And imagine, if you will, just reinvesting that since we're not seeing it anyway, if we just had it auto debited right out of our account into an IRA. I mean,
exactly.
That's an exponential amount of money over time.
Well, it really is, and it could make the difference because women live longer, and it could add that additional amount of money that they're going to need in retirement.
No question. And especially, because we can't count on Social Security or pensions. Pensions are a thing of the past. If you're like me, I'm a Gen Xer. And, if you marry somebody that's on the New Deal, that doesn't have a pension, because people just are so transient now, and pensions and unions have really kind of broken businesses that they're attached to now, that there's nothing we can count on but ourselves. But I think that the mentality of, oh, my company will take care of me, Social Security will take care of me, is still kind of prevalent. Would you agree with that or disagree?
I do agree with that. And I was a little bit older than you are. I'm a boomer. And I guess I always thought I had plenty of time. But it turns out I didn't.
Yeah.
I was not saving nearly as much as I could have saved. I was spending instead of saving.
Yeah. And it happens to all of us.
There's a lot of great ways that people can provide their own retirement plans today.
Well, I mean, if we think about it, though, that's what our focus is here at the Unlock Your Wealth Foundation, because we already know to spend less and save more, but we don't because we're biologically set up to fail at that. We have now me, which lives in this moment. And when anything is uncomfortable, he pawns it off on future me. But future me is just now me's imaginary friend, because when the future gets here, it's now again. And so later kind of never comes. Tomorrow is always a day away, as that song goes.
That's right.
Right?
Well, that's right.
So
until it catches up with you, and then you all of a sudden the bell rings, and you go, now I have to save 20% of my income, not just a mere 5%.
Yeah, and I'm going to save 20%, knowing it's never going to catch the 5. If I just would have started at 5.
You're so right. You're so right. I shouldn't be laughing about that. But there's a lot of things that women can do.
Well, if I wasn't laughing, I'd be crying at my retirement.
Right.
So what can we do to right this wrong, to revoke our pink tax?
Well, comparison shop. That's the first place. If it's a product that you don't care, like deodorant, for example, and honestly, I looked at my own bottle. It was pink, and it was curvy. But I could probably find that product. It's unscented. I could probably find the men's version of that.
Yeah.
And actually spend less money. And shampoo would be the same way for me. I just never looked.
Right.
So comparison shopping, going to different sections of the store. Most little girls would rather have the boys' bike anyway,
know.
as you did. Especially T-shirts, jeans. 501 jeans cost $88 for women and only $68 for men.
Wow.
So big difference.
Yeah.
And then in the workplace, first of all, know what your job is worth and make sure you ask for it, the proper paycheck that goes with what you're doing. Make sure that you negotiate for the best financial deal you can get, and then match whatever your employer, if you have a 401k plan and that employer is contributing, make sure that you take advantage of all matching dollars. And for married women, join the planning with your husband. Make sure you know exactly what your retirement benefits are between the two of you.
That's a good one.
It's a big one. I have worked with so many widows who have no information about their money or investments, what to do after their spouses pass away.
Exactly. And some of them, it's more than they would have expected, but others are so deficient because of, their own foibles when it came to money management. Well, they didn't match because they would have rather, had that, extra, been able to say, oh, okay, boys, the next round is on me when they went out on for drinks on payday Fridays, So just those little things add up over time, and we think of them as inconsequential. We think 7%. What's 7? It's a weird number. It's more than 5, but it's less than 10. But if we round up, now all of a sudden 10's a big deal. 10%, 1/10. I can quantify that. That's a dime that's a dime of every dollar. That's $1 out of every 10. I can do that math simply, but 7, it's kind of awkward to try to figure out, 7 cents of every dollar. So we just kind of let it go.
But it's pretty close to 10.
It is close to 10.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And see, so I always would round up. I was always a round upper, when it came to savings and stuff like that. I always gave my savings the benefit of the doubt. My problem is that, now me would say, oh, you have time to put that back. And then now me would dip in. And then I would ruin all of that rule of 72 and that power of compound interest by robbing the kitty.
Well, we go back to the old saying and say, pay yourself first before you
always
give to your children, before you buy the new pair of shoes.
Exactly.
Pay yourself first. Contribute to your retirement. Contribute to your IRA.
Yes.
And make sure that you're checking up on every dollar that you spend and that you're getting the best deal, especially for big ticket items.
Absolutely. That's such great advice, Patty. If folks want to find out more about your smart retirement planning and other services, how can folks get a hold of you?
Well, you can go to my website, which is smartretirementplan.com, or you can reach me by phone at 303-618-1786.
That's such great advice, and what a great website domain, too. Thanks so much for being a part of today's show. And for those of you who are driving around without a pencil, never fear. UnlockYourWealthRadio.com is here where you can visit Patty's show page, get her website links, telephone number, and so much more. And for more in-depth interviews with money experts, strategies, and members-only tools to fix your credit, get out of debt, and have more money and happiness, do what other savvy listeners have and visit UnlockYourWealthRadio.com, where you go to get your money money mind right so your wealth and happiness will follow. Become an Insiders Club member today and start receiving the benefit of millionaire wisdom right now. For Unlock Your Wealth Radio and the maestro of Moolah, Michael Terry, I'm Heather Wagenhals. Now go out and unlock your wealth today.
UnlockYourWealthRadio.com is produced by Heather Wagenhals and the Unlock Your Wealth Foundation. UnlockYourWealthRadio.com and its affiliates are copyrighted 2016 with all rights reserved. For more information on the Keys to Riches Financial Wellness series, please visit our website at www.unlockyourwealth.com.